Hi everyone. Well, it's been a while since my last video, and there's been good reason for it. I had a bit of complications primarily in the area of transmitters, and so that's kind of delayed things. But anyway, I don't know where I left off last, but we've been going out, and we had been going out, I should say. And I've been letting him fly free and lure flying him, and we were getting that down. But then one day I discovered that there was no signal when I tried to beep him up, and I checked it out, and the batteries were missing. You know, I had the rubber thing around the batteries and all that, and I figured, man, what's this all about? So anyway, make a long story short, what he was doing was actually removing the batteries. And the way I found that out was I came home one day, and he was in the kitty litter there at the base of his perch on the wall perch, and it's obvious he had been struggling, and I looked at him, and he had his lower mandible caught in where the batteries go. So he'd gotten the batteries out again, and in the process got his lower mandible caught in that little space. So that kind of delayed things a bit, because what I had to do was buy another transmitter, one of Marshall's transmitters, because it has the screw-on top, which I did, but I had to wait for it, of course. And when it showed up, I used it, and we went back to the field. It worked a couple of times, and then I again tried to beat him up, and no signal. So I looked, and the cap that goes on those batteries was gone, and of course the battery was gone. So I had to order another cap and wait for that, and that took a while. And on the cap thing, just so you know, I don't know if he was trying to get it off so much as I may not have had it screwed on there properly, because when I got the new one and screwed it on, I really, paid close attention. And if you don't get it just right on those micros anyway, I don't know about the bigger transmitters that Marshall does, but if you don't get it just right, you'll think it's on there, and it really isn't on there right. And I think that's probably what happened. So if you get one of those transmitters, pay attention to that. Okay, so as I say, this delayed things longer than I'd hoped. But we're back at it. We've been back at it for a couple of days now. And just to let you know, yesterday I took out Kate, my German Waterhair Pointer, with her, and or with him, I should say. And man, he wasn't one bit, intimidated by that dog at all. He of course has been around here in the house and whatnot, but still, he's never showed any fear of my dogs, which I find really kind of interesting, because a wild-caught hawk, at least the ones that I've caught wild in different species, man, they definitely have to acclimate to dogs. But for some reason, this captive bred Aplomado didn't have to at all. I wonder what that's about. Maybe it's just the individual bird. I don't know, but I find it interesting. Then I find a lot of things interesting, I guess. Now, okay, so, but I thought I'd share that with you. That was pretty cool. So today I'm going to do, what you'll see next is we're going to go out, and I'm going to just show you the lure flying and show you where he's at with that. And that's it. You know, it's kind of hard to see with these action counters, as you know, because you can't. They get out there any distance and they disappear. You can't see them anymore. So, but at least you'll be able to see a little bit, I hope, and see how he's coming in that regard. Now, I'm going to take him out and keep getting him beefed up. That was my whole intention of the lure flying, and he's getting better at it. We'll get him there. And then what I'm going to do is I can't trap these grackles. For me anyway, it's impossible. So I'm going to go against all advice. I want to make that perfectly clear, including my wife's advice. I'm going to go down to Walmart and I bought me a pellet gun, and I'm going to pop me off a grackle, and I'm going to, I've thought about different ways of serving him this critter, because I've never done this sort of stuff before, and I think I've settled on using it as a lure and letting him hit it in the air, and then I'm going to have to let him. I don't have to, but I'm going to let him eat his fill, and that's going to put it off, because he's going to gain a lot of weight, and so that's going to put off our hawking. But I'm going to do that twice, because I want to do it twice, so it's going to delay things even further. And then I'm going to take him out there and see if we can't get him to go after a grackle. So that's the intentions, as poor as they might be, I guess, but that's the way I'm going to go at it. So anyway, next thing then will be me out here out in the fields with the rascal. See you out there. Hi folks. You didn't get to see the bird lure fly, because when we got out there, I rolled down the window. I've been teaching him to fly out the window, and got out of the car, closed the door, and walked out a ways. Was going to video him coming out of the window so you could see that, and he came out the window and flew up in this tree, and then I normally then walk around with him a bit, let him fly around, and I've been doing that, and but he decided to go cruising. He got up into the wind was blowing a bit, and went cruising, and I spent the next 3 hours tracking that bird down, and the reason why, he hadn't gone all that far, but there was such a problem with the telemetry, in the sense that, I had stuffed trees and houses around and all that. And so it took me a while to find him. I don't know, it would have been a lot easier if I lived out in the desert, or something like that, but it's a bit problematic here. And I really feel that sooner or later I'm going to lose this bird. I really do, particularly trying to fly him in Walmart parking lots and stuff like that. I just really feel I'm gonna lose it, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to sell him. I've decided. I'm going to sell him for $1,500, and I'll pay shipping if any of you are interested. He's a good bird. He's healthy. He's fairly well trained, and all of that. So if you're interested, let me know. Okay. Well, I'll see you down the road.